So Teresa brings so much expertise and insight to this class. She herself is a performer, an actor, professional vocal coach. Teresa, I give you the floor if you have a formal introduction that you would like to share.
Sure, absolutely. I just want to kind of let you know that you're in good hands, that I know what I'm doing. I have a lot of training. I was trained in opera as a singer, and also with this Linklater technique. I studied it not on purpose, but quite by accident with two different instructors from the same college in two different states. And then, you know, got it in undergrad for a full year, and then in grad school for a full year. And then I taught it in grad school. And then I've been teaching it at the college that I teach at, as well as doing workshops for other people. So one thing I want to talk to you about is just raise your hand if you're not doing theater. If you're
not right now.
If you're mostly film, raise your hand. Okay, if you
focus now, but theater in the past.
But theater in the past, like before COVID, show of hands if you were doing theater before COVID.
Theater training a million years ago.
I've done theater, I'm just not for a long time.
Okay, because some of the training obviously is going to be like better for theater and singing, and some of the training, you know, for film is different. Okay, so I will try to distinguish between that, because one of the struggles I had as a theater trained actor in this way was I project. Like, if I was born in the era without amplification, I would be famous because I have the biggest, loudest voice. And when I do film, to me, I feel like I'm mumbling, but I'm actually talking at a normal level. So I just kind of want you to know I'm a big breather. When I do sing, my biggest problem is I go sharp because I feel everything, and your emotions are on your breath. And I'm such an actor that even if it's like a rock song, it's like a 3-act play for me. So I'll kind of give you both sides of that so that you can understand. Also, protecting your voice, how to yell without hurting your voice. That's a big deal for stage. You know, I survived doing a lead in a musical where I sang 14 songs, 2 shows a day for a run of a show, and never had any vocal problems. And they told me not to sing so loud because I had my body mic on. So, and I worked at an outdoor amphitheater, 2,000 seat, and I think, yeah, there was a B flat, high B flat that I sang, and they had to turn my mic off because it was in the 90s and they weren't built to handle that kind of volume. So build a 2,000 outdoor amphitheater without a microphone. So you're in good hands is my point, all right? And I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, I never really understood what that was when I've taken voice lessons before. So I kind of teach you the real thing that you're doing physically and try to recognize that. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about creating voices, making sure that there's no tension when you're creating those voices, because if you do voiceovers, can I see his hand of anybody doing voiceovers? Okay, so if you create a character and it's tight, you're not going to make it. You're going to hurt your voice. You know, if you're going to be doing an entire reading of a book or something like that, you know, you want to make sure that you're creating something that's relaxed. And I'm going to hopefully be able to communicate that with you. All right, so is there anyone else that's coming? Should we just begin?
Deb is just joining back in. She was having some issues with her camera.
Okay.
So I just let her back in. Let me see if she is able to fix that.
All right,
And,
well, okay, go ahead.
I want to let you know, Teresa, I'm going to mute my video and audio, but I am here. If anything happens, if anyone has any questions, needs any technical support, if you need me, just say my name and I'm going to jump right back on.
Okay, so I'm going to put my timer for 1 hour of training, and then we'll have a Q&A to ask questions.
Perfect.
And I'm used to doing back and forth like in a full room of people, but I don't know how the audio will work if we are all live.
I think if everyone, well, are you going to need them to hear everyone or to hear them individually for different exercises?
I may want to ask someone to demonstrate just to hear the difference. But I think if everybody is phonating at the same time, it's going to make Zoom sound crazy.
So
everyone should mute.
Yes.
And listen to what I'm doing and do what I'm doing. But then I'm going to say, hey, Marvin, unmute. Let me hear you do that. Okay. And just kind of pick on each of you in that way so that I can hear you make a correction. When you do one-on-ones, that's all you do is I do it, you do it. And then I listen for any issues. But I'll try to explain things for yourself to understand your own system. Okay. Sound good?
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Teresa.
All righty. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to want to stand up. Relax, stand with your neck free, your shoulders relaxed, standing tall, straight. My spine is up, not hunched forward. That's the optimal position. Your knees are soft. Okay, lengthen your spine. First thing I always do is I connect to my 5 senses. It puts me in the moment. This is key training for relaxation, focus, and to relieve anxiety. So connect to sight. Everything that you see in the room, taking an inventory. Connect to sound. Anything you hear way in the background. Connect to your sense of smell. The taste in your mouth. And touch. How you feel in your clothes. How your feet feel in your shoes. Any tension you may have, to let it go. One of the best things to do when you're going on an audition or your first time on set is to connect to your 5 senses. It puts you in the moment and it helps you understand your space. What I also like to do is I like to talk and pay attention to what the sound is like in the room, because you can just be shocked by your own voice in a room that's echoey. I've gone into auditions and I've just spoken a few lines and it was jarring and it put me out of the moment. So every time I walk into a room, I'm immediately 5 senses.